What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to another beautiful day over here at Skiff Land. This morning I woke up, I was laying in bed, and I was just thinking, I feel like I've been on this skiff more than I have. And I thought about it a little bit more, and I'm like, no, dude, I've only been on the skiff one time. We've only taken this out for the maiden voyage and nothing else. So, dude, that needs to change today. I don't particularly have a plan in mind for what to go and do today, but we're gonna put this boat on the water. I guess it's just gonna take a moment to enjoy the luxury of just being able to be out on the water on a Monday afternoon. So I'm really not gonna overthink it. I'm just going to load up the skiff. We're gonna go to Academy. There's something that I wanna pick up on the way that it'll make it a little bit easier at the Sandbar. I might bring a fishing pole and we might see what we can do out there, have a little fun, just enjoy our Monday afternoon. Maybe get a bite to eat. Like I said, dude, I don't want to take it too seriously. Life is really good right now, and I want to just live it up on a gloomy-ish Monday. I wish it was a little more sunny, but man, you can't have it all. This is kind of silly, but every time I want to get the skiff out of the shop, I take the ski out and I put it way over there in a spot. I don't know why I'm acting like either of these things are giant and take up space by any means, but I'm pretty sure I can just move this jet ski back right here and then pull the boat out over there. I don't know why. I don't know why I've never done this. I was worried about it because there's really not much room out here to leave a ski behind. But then I was just like, what am I doing? Why am I overthinking this? This will for sure just go back there. I've never done it though, so let's see. I'll be honest as well, there's kind of a reason as to why I'm down to do a little bit more of the mundane tasks in today's video, just kind of bringing you along with everything. Because, dude, I kind of want to restructure all of this into way more of just a daily vlog. I don't want to make things weird by trying to have some crazy storyline or some like attention-seeking project at hand. I just want to keep on living, and I want to bring the homies with me. So I'm gonna try more stuff like this. Just kind of hanging out. I mean, obviously today we're gonna go on the water because I really want to go on the skiff. But other things like going to Academy to pick up some stuff, grabbing some food, just stuff like that. A lot more simple living rather than big clickbaity stuff. I don't know, we'll see if it works. If you remember what it looked like when we first moved into the shop, we had the Jones brothers with no motor or anything, just absolutely dilapidated over on this back wall, taking up that whole spot. And then I had the Real Cranky next to that, horizontal, parallel, whatever. And then I had the Baycraft up here in this spot. And dude, I don't know, this is a very cool evolution looking image right here, considering where we started in the shop. I don't know, every once in a while I'll be getting something out of the truck and my brain will almost go back to the beginning with the like drywall looking patchy wall over here, and then I'll turn around and there's like a Skiffland flag and these cool lights and gray paint everywhere and sweet boats and a jet ski and motors and I'm like, dude, how did we get here? I don't even know how we got here, but regardless, looks like the ski fits nicely. It'll be kind of a tight squeeze getting this out of here, but it should be all right. Probably gonna have to do some inching to get out of here. Maybe, might just work first try. Well, there you go. A little bit of a clash right there, no big deal. We got her out. Well, now we know. That's sweet. We have the space over here. Might as well have a little bit of fun chipping these practice balls into the tire over there. A little high, whatever, just some Monday afternoon, I guess a gloomy day in the shop activities. I really want a basketball goal up here. And I mean, I'm not really trying to ball up, but every once in a while, you know, I wouldn't mind the option. Anybody want a little 1v1? I keep going over it a little bit. It is what it is. Let's just continue the day and put the skiff on the water. Just a little something light. You know, I couldn't leave it on a miss. Whatever. Just getting ready for my big Tuesday night at Topgolf. All right, now let's get ready for real this time. I swear these jet ski trailers usually come in 1 7/8, but the jet ski trailer is actually the 2-inch ball, and the skiff trailer is the 1 7/8. So pretty much every other day I'm flopping this hitch back and forth, but it's good to have the option, dude. Good to have the option. But usually on the normal day by day, everything is 2-inch ball. But that's what I'm saying. It's good to have this little 3-way ball every once in a while so we don't run into this issue. But I'm gonna load up the ski. I'm probably gonna check in with you guys when we are on the way to Academy. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. I completely forgot. The homies over at Get Tight Gear sent the coolest thing. Dude, this was a complete surprise. I wear their clothes a lot, actually. Get Tight Gear, sweet apparel. I wear them all the time. I wish I was wearing them right now, but dude, I checked the mail the other day. Dude, look what they sent. Dude, how sick is that? These decals are gonna be so sick back here. I'm gonna throw them on right now before we get moving, actually. Dude, how sick is this? Dude, custom decals for a custom skiff, straight out of Skiff Land. Dude, the other side is so sick too. Dude, Skiff Land Boat Works in the flesh, dude. That's actually so sick. That is so sick. Shout out to Get Tight Gear, man. That was just a really crazy random surprise. This is actually what I was talking about in yesterday's video that was leading on to today. I'm so thankful. That is so sick, dude. You know, Skiffland Boat Works, one of one. Bingo. Little Skiffland Boat Works Sport Tracker collab. Little sum for them. Dude, I got a couple more too. So, gotta make another custom skiff. I would say this one and the Jones brother were like very custom. The Jones brothers was absolutely, I don't know, extremely custom. This one's a little bit different, but I wish I had those stickers for the Jones brothers. Okay, let me get on the road. I keep getting sidetracked. All right, just made it to Academy. Gonna cruise in. I'm hoping they have what I'm looking for. I saw it online. It said they had a couple in here, but you never know. We'll see when we get in there. Okay, they do have a couple spikes over here in their kayak gear. I honestly usually get the 8-foot, maybe a moonlighter or a push pole, power pole, whatever. I usually get those, but I'm gonna try this one out because it's literally half the price. I believe this one is 6 feet, maybe, but for 50 bucks, you can't go wrong. Especially because the last time I was at the Sandbar, I was struggling to hold her down. So I need something, and I don't want to use the traditional anchor. I'm pretty sure this, what is it, yak gear spike, it'll be just fine. It is 6 feet also. Seems like it's a little taller than 6 feet, but this handle's nice as well. Dude, you're coming with me, son. I feel like any skiff needs one of these though. I'm surprised I didn't get one already. Of course, now they have a few in stock of the tiller extensions. This is what I was looking for all last week, but every academy didn't have one. They got a bunch of stuff right now that they don't usually have. A little manual bilge pump probably wouldn't hurt to have on board. I'm just looking around for some tasteful mods. Got a couple big gas tanks in here right now. Grab a little something like this while we're here. Yes, sir. All right, we got everything for a good day on the water. It's okay out. A little overcast, probably be good for fishing more than anything. I'm cool with that. Then I keep this line up here. It'll be perfect for it. Dude, 6 feet is perfect. I mean, I'm always in shallow water. I'm always outside of the boat as well. And I mean, to be honest, there's never been a time where I've anchored a skiff with one of these spikes and been like, oh man, I wish I had 2 more feet on there. So save a couple bucks, get the 6-footer. I think that's perfectly fine. Let's get out there. Actually, no, not yet. We got to get some food. I've been trying to think of what to eat. I think I have something in mind though. So let's go do that and then let's get out there. The lady was looking at me like I was crazy. I don't know why I had this sandwich in my mind, but I actually did have it in my mind before I even got there. It's just a half sub on whole wheat bread, but then you scoop the bread out so there's less bread so you can have more stuff in the middle. And then mayonnaise on both sides, a little bit of extra mayo. And then I got pepperoni and provolone cheese, black olives, and banana peppers. And then I asked her to toast it at that point and then bring it back out, and then lettuce, tomato, and ranch. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm about to crack open the sub right now and see what it's all about. I guess it sounded good, but I don't know. It doesn't look that good. I mean, to me it looks good, but visually it doesn't look like the most appetizing sandwich. But I'm gonna crack it. It's looking a little better. She's drippy. Even the Freeman needing some work today. But it's a pretty good sandwich. It's all right, you know. It is what it is. It's the highest tide possible out here right now, and they still can't get that Freeman out. We've been having a lot of king tides lately or whatever, but yeah, the tide is never this high. It's actually really, really, really high, and they still can't get it out. So that's not good. I wonder what they're gonna end up doing. I'm just sitting here. I'm about to rig up. The last time I was in Sarasota, I broke all of my leader off. I didn't have any with me, so I was just fishing just straight braid. Super ugly, but I'm about to tie up a bunch of new stuff and then get out there. This tiller extension makes such A difference, dude. It's so much nicer already. Almost out of the no wake zone. We'll see what this hydrofoil can do. We'll see if it changed anything. I stopped right here just for a second in between this channel marker and that next channel marker, because if you're new here, on the maiden voyage of my Gnu Classic, I was just bobbing on some wake, cruising through here, and dude, I guess my trolling motor wasn't like secured onto the puck that it was mounted on. Dude, one wake, another wake, and then boom, 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 trolling motor just popped off, took the plug and everything, and is down here somewhere. I came through here with fishing magnets and claws, and I came through here with a bunch of stuff for a bunch of days. Probably spent way too much time trying to drag it off the bottom. It's like 40 feet in the middle right here. But yeah, every single time I pass this area of the intercoastal, I think about it. I take a moment of silence for the old trolling motor. It was exactly like this one, Minn Kota 55, Riptide, iPilot. It was a good unit, and it looked sweet on that Gnu Classic. It was never the same without it. But yeah, I just wanted to say that while I was passing through. Motor's running great, dude. This Yamaha 15 is running like a top. It's, you know, sometimes I wish I had more speed, but I'm still getting to the spot just fine. So I'm not worried about it. Especially on this particular skiff, it's fine, dude. I'm having a blast. I'm actually gonna bypass the sandbar right now because the tide is so high that you can't even see the sandbar. So I'm gonna cruise past it and maybe do a little bit of fishing here and there, cast a couple lines, see what we can do, and then come back to the sandbar. Hopefully there's a little more sand showing, and then we'll sit and have a chat. I want to talk about Mondays. That's what I want to talk about when I get to the sandbar. But first, we're gonna do some fishing. This is spot number one. I've actually put about 65 casts here. I started a little further down, fished this whole tree line, and nothing happened. I didn't get a bite or anything. At one point, a manatee cruised by, which was kind of cool, but other than that, nothing really cool has happened. But it is a beautiful spot. It's almost too perfect because not only is there a tree line, but there's also a hole right over here that seems like it would be money. It actually looks like a spot you'd pull up to in a bass fishing game. It's just too perfect. I'm really surprised that we didn't put one on the deck over here, but regardless, this was spot number one, and this is actually my last cast over here. And then I'm gonna cruise over to spot number two. It's really no big deal. It is what it is. You win some, you lose some. This spot's still nice to look at, and it was cool to see the manatee. Manatee swam literally right by us, said what's up, breathed some good air, and then went along its its merry way along this weed line over here. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, that was the last cast. This is what I'm throwing out here right now. I think it looks all right. Looks pretty good. If you were a fish, would you be interested? Going braid to 20-pound leader. So fishing, honestly, really light tackle, but having a good time. Dude, I got to yapping so hard that, dude, I threw another cast. That last cast was supposed to be the last one. But, all right, it is what it is. On to spot number 2. Trolling motor's working perfect. This thing's great. All right, spot number 2. Really nothing crazy about these spots, nothing hidden about them. These are pretty overly fished spots, but I'm not trying to make a day out of this. I'm just trying to have a nice therapeutic bait caster Monday afternoon. Just casting, not really expecting too much, and just going with the flow of the current today. Staying close to the sandbar. That's where I ultimately want to end up. But this is spot number 2. I'm gonna cruise into this bay area and just fish all the way around it, and then come out this side, fish a couple spots on the exterior perimeter, and then probably call it there, and then go to the sandbar. So I'll let you know if anything cool happens. Otherwise, you'll see the next clip being us getting out of here, or me just explaining that nothing cool happened. So, okay, spot number 2 was also a bust. Again, it looks pretty good, but they're just not biting today. But like I said, I'm absolutely not bummed about it at all, because whether I catch fish or not, going out and fishing is kind of like my proof of concept videos for the skiffs that I build. So didn't catch anything, but the boat is running absolutely beautifully. The 15 is perfect. The 55 up front, dude, it's absolutely perfect. Just going from spot to spot with no problems at all. That's, you know, I couldn't ask for much more than that. It's a really comfortable boat to fish. It's super stable. You got a lot of room to walk around, but it's also really light. So you can kind of get yourself into really skinny spots and just push yourself around. The plug up here is just perfect. The battery under here, dude, I mean, I don't know, there's tons of room to walk around. And just going out and fishing is like, whether I catch something or not, although I would prefer to catch something for sure, that's not always what it's all about. So that's going to do it for fishing for today. My back's starting to hurt. Honestly, my posture's terrible when I fish. That's why I really like to sit on a cooler up front, or on a casting platform, or a chair, something, dude. My posture, dude, I don't know why. I need to just strap a 2x4 to my back for a couple of days and fix that. But I'm gonna cruise over to the sandbar now, and let's just have ourselves a chill. Where are you going? You need to go that way. All right. Let's figure out this yak gear spike. See what I'm saying though? It's like the same thing. Same exact thing for half the price. I have that pretty much how I want it, so I can just chill for a bit. I love this skiff, dude. I love it. It's a pretty nice day out here. I thought it was gonna be colder. I even thought that the water was gonna be a bit more cold, but I don't know. Pretty warm still. Like it's like actually a really nice level of warmth, and the water, it feels pretty good out here. Dude, those stickers look pretty sick. Can't believe it. That's sick. All right, well, let's get to chatting, dude. So I said I wanted to talk about Mondays, and I do, but there's kind of a silly little story in there as well. I'll try and keep it as short as possible because it's not super exciting. It's just a little thing about me, I guess, in my storyline back in the day. So obviously when I was younger, I had the Sunday scaries. You know, Sunday night is especially around this time of year, whenever it starts to get dark earlier. The day would wind down a lot sooner. I'd get the Sunday scaries, whatever. I wouldn't want Monday to come. I got to go to school. I got to get up early, all that. All of the normal stuff. I remember laying in my bed being like, dude, I just want to be able to do whatever I want to do. It wasn't necessarily, I just want to be able to fish all day, or I want to play football all day, or I want to play video games all day, or I just want to do this. There wasn't a specific thing. It was just, I want to be able to do whatever I want to do on Monday, specifically Monday, because I didn't have the scaries towards really any other day. It was always just Monday. So that's very normal for me. That's not anything crazy. I'm sure everybody felt that way as a kid, having a good time Friday night, Saturday, and pretty much the first half of Sunday. That second half, right when it tips a little bit and you know, like, oh man, I got to get ready for school tonight. It starts to get into a bummer. That's everybody though. That's not just me. So where my particular storyline enters the chat, the weirdness, whatever, that leads me to how I feel about Mondays still to this day. Well, okay, there's a difference between Mondays and Mondays. Mondays with a spelled Mondays. That's your normal Mondays, whatever. And then your Mondays, Mondaze. Mondays like today, where you're kind of just chilling, doing whatever you want to do. Kind of what I was referencing earlier when I was saying I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to do whatever I wanted to do. I didn't want to be forced into anything, whatever. So the days where you're just kind of doing whatever you want to do, those are Mondays with a Z. Okay, a little more laid back. That's just how I have always put it in my mind. With that being said, okay, I've always kind of been this way. Just kind of free-spirited, if you will. You couldn't lock me down in a 9 to 5. So I always figured it out, even though I'm working way more every day for the last, 15 years, than I would if I just had a chill 9 to 5, like whatever. I've done so many grinds, so many side hustles, so many businesses, so many whatever. And I've always tried to keep the Mondays as possible with the Z. And back in the day when I used to have roommates, I want to say probably closing on 7 years ago now, I had a couple of roommates and they both hated their jobs. I'm sure they had the Sunday scaries, pretty crazy, whatever. And I didn't. At the time, I had a screen printing business. So, I mean, my particular hours that I made for myself were pretty much in the middle of the night, through the night, just screen printing all night over and over and over again, listening to podcasts and whatever. And then I'd go to sleep, and sometimes I wouldn't wake up until like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. That's what I wanted at the time as a young cat. I wanted to stay up all night grinding and sleeping all day, whatever. But there was this one day that I woke up on a Monday, probably, I don't know, like noon. Obviously, both of the roommates were at work, and I'm just chilling on the couch, and I was watching like YouTube or something, nothing crazy. And I propped my feet up, and I took a picture sitting with my feet up. There was obviously some arrogance there, whatever. But I propped my feet up, and I took a picture, and I posted it on Instagram with the caption, Mondays. Mondaze. As if like, oh, dude, Mondays are so hard. Kind of like a stick it to the man type of moment, because back then I was able to do that. Dude, if I woke up on a Monday and I didn't want to do anything, all right, whatever. I'll just push the screen printing to the middle of the night. No real responsibilities in life, just kind of kicking it with the roommates, whatever. But this particular Monday, I wasn't doing anything, and I wanted to put it out there, whatever, decisions you make in your early 20s or whatever. I mean, it's not dramatic or anything. It's just whatever. Well, dude, I wouldn't even say a couple months after that post. I would say closer to weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Me and these two dudes had the biggest, most dramatic falling out. I honestly couldn't even tell you exactly why that happened. I think we were just different kinds of people. Even to this day, if I went up to them and I said, like, do you even know, like, what is a skiff? They wouldn't even know what it is. They were very, like, jewelry-oriented homies rather than, like, I don't know, dirt under your fingernails, adventure-seeking, like, just shoot the breeze homies. They cared about, like, designer fashion and stuff. Dude, when I look back on it, I really don't even know where we got along. But I mean, I don't know, whatever. We had some silly goose times in there, so it is what it is. But regardless, we had a falling out. I believe it's just because we were growing up and finding ourselves, and we were finding that we were both destined for different paths. Okay, it is what it is. But they, I guess, didn't want to land on that, or maybe they just like weren't mature enough at the time to just say that. I guess, I don't know. So they kept latching on to things, trying to say like, oh, this is actually the reason that we split up. And it was different things at different times. They were really weird examples, stories, whatever. None of them really stuck. But one of them that they tried to do was that Instagram post. They were like, dude, like, we're out here busting our butt 9 to 5. Oh, like, grinding. And we were just like, we looked on Instagram, we see you with your just with your feet up at home. And dude, it's like, obviously, like, I understand the arrogance of it, and I understand why that would like piss you off if you are at work. But they tried to use that as like one of the reasons that we split up. Like, they abandoned the lease and everything. They put a huge dramatic halt to it. But I mean, I guess I've never been in a scenario like that where I'm like busting my butt every day, and then I just have a homie at the house just like watching YouTube videos. And I mean, I don't know, but like they couldn't it like, but anyways, with all of that being said, whenever they tried to use that as a reason that we're not homies anymore, I kind of put it in my noggin that I was like, dude, at some point I really want to like lock in the Mondays mentality, like, because of that, almost just in spite. Dude, I got a chip on my shoulder. Every Monday morning I wake up and I think about this, and I think about how we split up because I put my feet up on a Monday when they were at work. So sometimes, dude, I just want to cruise over to a sandbar and just put my feet up, just knowing that they're at work. because I know they're both at work. They're duds, dude. They turned into some duds. And it is what it is. They're dude, I don't even want to get into it, but just who they are as people, it got real nasty, and they really did turn into duds. That's why I don't have a problem saying that. It's clear as day. They're duds, and they're working. And you're not a dud for working, but you're a dud that is working. Like, if that does that make sense? It's not because they have jobs, but they just happen to be duds who have jobs. But yeah, dude, they're working right now. They're probably watching the clock right now, trying to get off work so they can, I don't know, go home and watch YouTube videos. Dude, I don't know. But all I'm saying is I'm taking this moment to just rejoice in the fact that on this Monday, I can do whatever I want and they can't. So this is the big Mondays post. I'm just cruising around. No agenda. Vibing. I got a pub sub. Tried something new on the sub today. Kind of worked, kind of didn't. I probably won't get it again, but it felt good because I get the same pub sub all the time. Dude, I'm yapping. I need to quit yapping. Dude, so I guess, in a way, this is just kind of a big full circle moment for the kid. Just hanging out. Doing, I guess you could say, whatever I want. Which I guess this is an interesting use of free will to be doing like exactly what I'm doing right now. But it's just one of those moments, man. I had to put my feet up for a second. Had to. After talking about the old homies like I did, dude, I had to at least put my feet up one time just to let them know. I don't even have an Instagram anymore, but I should start an Instagram just to post that one picture. This Yak Gear spike holding up pretty good. You see what I'm saying though? Like, if this was 2 feet taller, it wouldn't make a difference at all. If you're just shallow water spiking, it's not a big deal. But dude, no point in just wasting any more time. All I want to do with my time these days is hang out with my wife and my baby. So I'm gonna call it and just start cruising back. Like, my wife just texted me. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, dude, because I don't want to be like nothing. I would much rather be hanging out with my wife right now. So I'm just gonna scoot on out of here and, I don't know, pick up a vibe somewhere between here and there. Seems like a good time to go in anyway. Looks like we got some storm brewing behind us. So I'm gonna start kicking it. I'm gonna start punching it. I try to tell him whenever things are going too good, like, start to watch out, man. I was just pulling the boat out of the water. My phone died, by the way. But I made it back before the storm. I was starting to pull the boat out of the water, and the unfortunate happened. Dude, the frame on the trailer just pretty much snapped. It's like, I mean, we're touching the ground, almost touching the ground, dude. But to be honest with you, I don't got the time for this. So I'm gonna jack it back up, and I'm gonna take back roads home, go 5 miles per hour all the way back to the shop, and this is gonna be tomorrow's problem. So I don't know what to tell you. Trailer's toasted. Might be able to jack it up and weld it up maybe, but dude, probably not. There's no point. There's so many other trailers out there for like $200-300, whatever. This is not how I intended on this evening to go, but it is what it is, dude. Things happen. Everything was so cheap. I got the whole setup, boat and trailer, for $800. So, I mean, I can't be mad about it. I got a couple good uses out of it. I'm glad this happened to me and not somebody else. I can say that for sure. So I'm going to jack it up, try and get it as straight as possible, and just limp it back to the shop. Like I said, back road, back road, back road. But this is, yeah, this is something. This is something. I guess I'm going to look on Facebook Marketplace for a cheap trailer. And yeah, a little curveball. Life throws curveballs sometimes, man. It is what it is. But regardless, I appreciate you guys for watching. And if you made it to this point of the video, you're a legend for sure, dude. The ups and downs around here, but we keep on punching. Yeah, I guess it is what it is. I'll show you one more time. I was just like winching it up, and then I heard a snap, and she went down. Let me look at the other side. I haven't even looked at the other side. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. I mean, the boat looks good, but yeah, no fixing that. Well, I mean, I could spend time and money to fix that, but it's probably not worth it. We'll see if we can limp it back. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is gonna be interesting. Whatever. Catch you in the next one. Peace. Ooh. Second time I dropped it in 2 days. Last video and this video. All right, I made it over here to the other side. And now she fell off the roller. She scraped pretty much the whole way here. I was going half mile an hour though. I was gonna try and just limp it back to the shop, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I might try to rig something up with a couple ratchet straps, just some type of band-aid for now, but I don't trust it, and I also don't trust the other drivers on the road. So I'm gonna have to think about this. I'm gonna have to think about it. I don't know. I do not know. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna sit here and think about it. That's what I need to do. Think about something. I mean, if it was flat ground, like purely flat ground all the way back, I could limp it back, but any type of bump that I hit, it goes up and then it flexes down and kind of digs in. But yeah, dude, you know what? It's going to take more than that to bring down my good vibe today. There's some type of silver lining in this that I'll figure it out in due time. I'll figure it out. But I don't know. This is like I said, I wanted this to be tomorrow's problem, but it's still going to be today's problem for a little bit. I'll figure it out though. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll let you know what it is, what happened, how we got through this tomorrow. Bye-bye.